If you live down under, mate, it is time to take your 2024 calendars and throw them straight in the bin. Why? Because we got to wind back the clock 40 years for those of you who love living upside down, because it is literally 1984 again. That's right, memes are soon to be illegal, verboten, banned, removed from all platforms if you dare make fun of the glorious leader, Chairman Anthony Albanese. Don't believe me? Here it is, straight from the mouth of the General Secretary himself.
Media platforms have a responsibility to make sure that misinformation isn't got out there. I noticed today, for example, on the way up here, they've removed various sites that were up containing fake images of myself superimposed on other people. That's the sort of thing that is going on social media.
How could they?
Social media has a responsibility to do the right thing here.
Is this like the least literate man in Australia? How many uhs did he have to put in there? This is the leader of your country, guys? Really fallen off since I got banned. Come on now. But you heard the man. He has been taking far too much inspiration from his Asian neighbors to the north. You make a funny joke image, you shop his head onto someone else's body. God forbid you do the Z thing and turn him into Winnie the Pooh. Maybe it's even just a totally boomer tier meme like many of them I've seen. And suddenly, bam, your post gets taken down because misinformation. Seriously. You are a 61-year-old leader of a country, Anthony, not a child, not a random citizen getting doxxed, not some poor teenage victim of family vlogger parents seeking a right to be forgotten. You are an adult having silly meme photoshops done of you. To call this misinformation is such a freaking stupid comparison. The point of mis and disinformation is that they are meant to deliberately confuse you into believing propaganda. Nobody thinks that an image of Albanese's head on a certain Austrian painter's body is somehow an actual thing. Although I have seen what appear to be a ton of tech-illiterate spiritual boomers praising the most obvious AI slop deepfakes content on Facebook, so maybe that's what he's upset about, that his friends in his age group actually believe that these photos are real. But the rest of us, the rest of the world, and you know what? Most boomers who watch content like mine, they get it. They understand. So the whole thing, just ridiculous. But on a serious note, anyone with an IQ over room temperature can tell the difference between a silly little photoshopped meme with impact font and reality. Australia just has a crippling addiction to taking down anything they don't like on the internet. Let's look at what they've been doing on TikTok, for example. Between January 2022 and June 2023, Australia was literally the worst country in the world for the number of accounts that they demanded to be taken down. And don't get me wrong, I don't like TikTok. I don't. But they're not saying we're going to get rid of the whole thing. They're just like, these few specific videos, those are opinions our public aren't allowed to see. Not you, Australians. You have to have very curated content because we are definitely not communists. They had over 1,532 targeted accounts by the E-Safety Commission, the state's Ministry of Truth in that time period. The E-Safety Commission, a real thing. And the silver medal for accounts targeted by these commissions actually went to New Zealand at literally half the number that Australia went for. As for the amount of unique takedown requests made, Australia was almost tied for second with Bangladesh, with only Russia beating them outright. Let's read this here. Each of these requests can contain any number of URLs, UIDs of content accounts for censorship, the above two graphs. Australia, for example, clearly makes many targeted requests for censorship of single users' accounts. Pakistan, on the other hand, includes hundreds of URLs to posts within each individual request they make. Right now, the Australian government is embroiled in a full-on lease that might make people wake up to some issues we're having. They have even had the absolute gall to demand the posts be gone worldwide. No one can post this video of the stabbing in Australia all over the world, not even just in our country. Or else they were going to ensure X would receive an almost $500,000 US fine per day. X blocked all the content in Australia, so they complied with that, but they flat out refused to comply with the global order because it's unhinged. Let's read this. While X respects the right of a country to enforce its laws within its jurisdiction, the e-safety commissioner does not have the authority to dictate what content X's users can see globally. We will robustly challenge this unlawful and dangerous approach in court. Global takedown orders go against the very principles of a free and open internet and threaten free speech everywhere. The Prime Minister and his entourage really did not like that response, to put it mildly. Let's just watch a few clips here.
Elon Musk has no social conscience or conscience whatsoever. I don't know, whatever Elon Musk is on, it says that that's okay to continue to air that is absolutely disgusting behaviour. And quite frankly, the bloke should be jailed. And the sooner that we can bring rules in or do something about this sort of game playing with our social media, the better off we're going to be. But quite frankly, the power that man has, because of that platform that he's on, it's got to stop. It has absolutely got to stop.
This is an Australian senator, someone that is an elected official in this country. Jackie Lambie says Elon Musk needs to be jailed because he's allowing too much free speech on his site. Very serious country you guys got there. I mean, I shouldn't be throwing stones from Canadian houses, but anyways, next video here. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese slams Elon Musk for refusing to comply with censorship demands to remove posts about the stabbing of a bishop in Sydney.
Who's chosen ego and showing violence over common sense. I think that Australians will shake their head when they think that this billionaire is prepared to go to court fighting for the right to sow division and to show violent videos, which are very distressing. He is in social media, but he has a social responsibility in order to have that social licence. And what has occurred here is that the e-safety commissioner has made very sensible suggestions. Other social media companies have complied without complaint. But this bloke thinks he's above the Australian law, that he's above common decency. And I tell you what, I say to Elon Musk that he is so out of touch with what the Australian public want. This has been a distressing time.
So out of touch. As much as I have criticized Elon Musk before, he was absolutely, unequivocally spot on with this clapback. I do not think I'm above the law. Does the Prime Minister think he should have jurisdiction over all of Earth? That's literally what this man is asking for. He wants to have jurisdiction to what the entire planet, every single country can see and talk about. And he has the audacity to call Elon Musk out of touch, the audacity to say he is the one who thinks he's above the law. The complete irony of this situation is that the stabbing footage was all over other social media like YouTube, including its broadcast on mainstream media channels everywhere. And I wonder why all of those are still up and visible. Or why the news in Australia and all over the world has gotten off completely scot-free for putting this video up. Really gets the noggin jogging. You have had Milk Bar TV come out and play clips from news accounts in Australia where they have the footage, other Twitter accounts like CB_Doge. The video that the Australian government has requested to be taken down from X is still available on YouTube, broadcasted by major legacy media channels. Why target X? Why not legacy media? Why not YouTube? And I can tell you exactly why it is. It's not that the government don't want this video out there. They just want to ensure the narrative around it is controlled. And people on X, it's not a controlled narrative there. People can say whatever they want. That video can go viral with whatever commentary that hasn't been carefully curated by the state. But hey, you know, I'm no stranger to this kind of censorship. I live in Canada after all. But at the very least, I know that if we wait long enough, we may just get Pierre Poilievre in charge. And then things will be a little less trash. There will be a little less censorship. He's even said he's against a lot of the big bills coming through that are going to stifle free speech, right? But when it comes to the Australians, when they get their opposition in, will they at least be able to get rid of some of these laws? Will they be able to sort out all of this insanity? Very valid concerns. Not sure why you decided to go ahead with that, Dutton. No idea, but great. What's even the point of voting when both your parties are going to shut you down for anything you want to post online and lock you down no matter who is in power as well? Awful country, to be honest. Seems I get banned from all the worst places on earth. But if you are an Aussie, and I know there are still some good ones out there, I would, at the very least, highly recommend get a VPN if you want to go out and see and post anything other than long, rambling texts about your loyalty to the party. I sure hope we still get our Australian shit posters out here because they are a wonderful addition to the internet. But right now, it's not looking good, guys. This might be the only country on earth where I'd say, hey, come escape to Canada. Everyone's trying to get out of here, but honestly, I was in both during lockdown, and Canada is like marginally better, which isn't saying much about Australia. I hope things can turn around. I don't know how. I hope it happens. But either way, I appreciate you watching this story, getting informed about the chaos in the world here at Tenet Media. Be sure, as usual, to hit like.